My name is RGB. If you're new to the server, welcome. If you're already a regular, welcome home. Drawing challenges are super fantastic amazing, and every artist has bumped into a draw this in your style at least once in their life. They're a wonderful way to stimulate our creativity and to engage with creators we love. So, of course, a little while ago on my birthday, I decided to host my very own challenge. So today, I'll be showcasing the winners of my birthday Draw This in Your Style that I held back in March/April. I'll be working on their prizes on the back of the video while explaining why they have been picked. I'll also give you guys a little life update nobody asked about at the end of it all. But before we start, this illustration was the base everyone was given to work with. I was pretty open with people taking creative liberties as long as my Sona was still recognizable. Okay, so let's talk about the third place. Fake Cake 95. For winning third place, they got a chibi illustration of their OC Cecil. Cecil was originally a Dial House OC, but currently is just a standalone character in a fantasy world. He's a bit sarcastic, self-assured, but nothing too cocky. He likes adventures and taking risks, and while not the brightest, he's always trying his best to protect the people he cares about. His purple color palette is very eye-catching, and I was pretty excited to work on their illustration. Moving on to their entry for the contest. If I recall correctly, it's been a little while. Fake Cake's drawing was the first one to be posted to Twitter after a few days of silence. I remember being pretty distressed as time went by and not a single update on the hashtag was made. So you might guess that my reaction to seeing their entry was pretty positive, so it did make me feel relieved. On that note, making the contest Twitter only was not a great idea, but I've always wanted to try and be a Twitter artist, so any opportunity to shake up my account and try to get engagement was worth it for me, but I digress. On a purely analytical mindset, Fake Cake's drawing fundamentals seem pretty solid. Their anatomy is great, and I personally enjoyed how they made the character pose more relaxed and soft. Their art style is also pretty easy to read, and their brush strokes are confident and clean. Zooming in, you can notice how they added their touch to the character's clothes, such as giving her a clover necklace and adapting her feet into something that would work for their art style. All of that factors contributed to me giving them third place. And that was our third place! Fake Cake 95. Follow them on Twitter if you can. Now, moving on to the next one. The winner of our second place was Hearts44cc. Anyways, I'm gonna put it on the screen. They won an icon illustration of their OC Emmy. They have sent me this character sheet with some information on the OC, but as it was stated, it's slightly outdated, so I'll refrain from reading too much into it. Emmy has a character design that is very up my alley and the kind of OC I like to draw, so you can guess I was pretty delighted and had an easier time working on their prize because of that. Now, about their contest entry. What instantly caught my eye was their use of bright colors and the entire movement of the piece promoted by the hair flow and the plants around the character, which emulated a wild breeze through the entire illustration. It was a very chaotic looking piece, in a good way of course, as it stopped me with a bang and forced my eyes to analyze the details and take in the colors of the drawing. The use of color and movement was the reason this drawing struck second place, as my dad, who was one of the juries, found it very appealing, and he's a bright colors enthusiast, so there was no way this drawing was going to score less. You know, he really likes bright colors. Personally, I love the way they adapted the character's pose and gave her a liveler expression, because the drawing I provided is very static and plastic looking in comparison to what they turned it into. And that's something interesting about these kinds of challenges, because seeing other adaptations might help you notice flaws and ways you could improve your own art along the way. I am definitely seeking new ways to bring movement into my pieces and make the rendering more visually appealing, so taking a step back and looking at others' works does help with that. And that was our second place, Hearts44cc. Follow them over on Twitter if you can. Now, it's our first place I'll be talking about. EzraZen00. It's so funny to read like their username. Pretty much left no chance for the competition, because the moment their entry was submitted, it was kind of unanimous from the jury that they had won first place. So let's talk about their OC. Sol/Mars is their OC's non-confirmed name. Okay, that's their no-confirmed name. They are a representation of blues rock and is a no straight roads OC. I don't know what that is, but it's pretty radical. They are the same as the other bosses of No Straight Roads, showing a trope or trait that their music tends to represent. They are known to be charismatic, easygoing, and seem to know their way around people. Blues rock to them is all about crossroads and transitional periods, which is represented in their current/future design elements. Their music presents a certain type of openness, as well as emotional reaction. The main theme of their character has to be something like contracts, control, and when someone is desperate and vulnerable enough to seek outside forces, whether it's good or bad. That was the description they sent me about their OC. It's an OC that is still in development, so things might change, but it was pretty fun to draw them, and it was pretty difficult to draw them. But okay, starting from the top. Entry was one of the last ones to be posted, if I recall. And it does make total sense when analyzing the amount of details and how intricate their entire illustration is. Ezra is a known follower of the channel, and I'm aware of how skilled they are, and every time I see their illustrations, I'm just reassured of that. Their anatomy is on point, like mwah. Their art style is unique and intricate looking, and their shading style is refined and balanced. But what really caught my eye and made me pick them for first place is the fact that they went above and beyond by adding an entire new layer to the illustration with the background. If you follow me for a while, you probably know I don't like drawing backgrounds, and none of my illustrations have scenery backgrounds to them because I'm lazy and I don't want to go through the hassle of trying to make a character fit into a background. I also don't know perspective, so it's a no-no for me. Although now I am trying to change that. If you look at my most recent drawings, all of them have a certain kind of background. So naturally, I was very impressed by the fact that they bothered enough to take the next step and add this amount of care and dedication to their entry. It meant a lot to me. They perfectly captured the cottagecore vibes I've been trying to mix into my channel's aesthetic for a while, adding so much greenery around the character and setting these cozy picnic-like arrangements by her side, the food, the books, the cozy fabrics, and the fancy parasol. Everything contributed to making the environment exhale this peaceful afternoon sensation, which I really adored. With all of that in mind, it was obvious that their combination of skills, creativity, and care would lend them first place for this Draw This in Your style. My only regret is that I've taken so long to finish everybody's art and get this video done, but better later than never, right? And to everyone who submitted an entry but didn't end up as a winner, rest assured that I cherish every one of you. The fact that you took time off your day to create an illustration and submit it to the contest made me unbelievably happy. Follow not only Ezra on Twitter if you can, but also check out all of the other artists who submitted something to the contest. Thank you so much to everyone who joined. I had so much fun seeing everybody's entries. And I had even more fun making the drawings for the winners. And I hope the winners really liked the drawings. I hope you guys liked the drawings that I made for you. And well, now that we got the prizes delivered and the drawings thoroughly analyzed, it's time for a section of the video that will be a bit more personal. With everything that happened in the meantime while I was away from working on my channel, I decided to add a section to this video where I share some of my personal life while I finally work on my Sona's design reference. Truth be told, I've been meaning to change her outfit ever since I redesigned her because the long dress was a bit too mature and refined for my personal taste. I'm kinda like a chaotic little gremlin, so she looked way too mature and like someone that is mature, which I'm not. Anyways, long story short, after I got fired for my office job back in October 2025, I spent around 5 months trying to make ends meet with my channel by testing out different ways to gather money. I relied a lot on my YouTube channel ad revenue, which monthly, if I was lucky, would hit the 100 threshold for withdrawal. I tried selling commissions. I failed. I tried starting to sell Adopt, and also that didn't do that well. Mostly because my social media reach outside of YouTube is very lacking overall. My dad always has pushed me into trying to create some passive income resources, such as creating tutorials and putting it behind paywalls and making drawing compilations, but I never felt confident enough with my artistic skills to gather enough courage to compile that kind of material to sell. Yeah. It was also at that time that I developed an interest in the VTuber community, which you can notice by how I suddenly started to stream more often to get more experience in that niche. What I kept secret from everybody, but people who are around my Discord, is that for many months, I tried really hard to get accepted into any VTubing agency. Because in my eyes, being hired by an agency will mean that I'm seriously employed and that everything I've been working for wasn't just me shooting my shot blindly. It's pretty clear that it didn't work that well. I applied to around 10 different agencies. I did get into 2 interviews, so that was nice, but I got rejected by everybody. I know that through the months, I improved every aspect of my auditions and my speech as I slowly created a bigger streaming portfolio and worked really hard on my community and channel, but responsibilities wouldn't go away. And with each rejection, it just became clear that I would truly need to put that dream aside and get myself a real job that will pay all of my real debts and help me keep my life afloat. And so that's what I did. Well, currently, I gave up on the idea of joining an agency or trying to insert myself into the VTubing community as a whole. I'm mostly just an artist who's just doing my own little things, and it was very mentally draining to put all of this pressure into myself to be as multi-talented as most successful VTubers are. Like, I don't know how to sing. I'm not going to, sing. Every single VTuber is like also an idol, and they go like, la 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 la, I sing so well, but I don't sing well. No. I know my worth, and I won't self-loathe for not being accepted into some agencies. I know people are like, I wasn't accepted, this is so sad. But no, it's fine. I'll keep working on my channel and trying my hardest to improve every aspect of myself until I'm established enough to safely turn to the internet and take it as a full-time job. Well, that was a pretty inspirational speech. There's a lot I still want to improve and change around here. I'm not satisfied with the channel's aesthetic, such as like profile picture and banner and all of the thumbnails, and I've been struggling trying to come up with a solution to that. I don't know if I'm going to remake all of the thumbnails. I was thinking a lot about that. I also haven't felt happy with how my main content is focused on character redesigns. I mean, I love character designing, but I also always wanted to work on animation, memes, or animatics that are pretty to look at or tell a story. I thought about it for a while, and for now, I'm planning to section my content into 3 different categories. I want to use my furry OCs to create aesthetically pleasing and silly content to look at, as well as short animation memes that were just cute characters bouncing on the screen and, being cute, like how things were back in 2018. Second, I want to use my OCs from HeartHack to create animatics or shorts that showcase their lore and relationships, because although I've been quiet about them and making a game or comic is very far away from my reality, all of them are my currently main OCs, which I take great pride in. And while I'm not going to make like a super important and special comic, I am making slice of life comics that have them, and I'll be posting it on Patreon. By the way, I have a few posts where I talk about my Patreon and my members, so if you guys are interested in that, you should definitely check it out and learn about the super cool exclusive content that I'm going to be posting for members and patrons. And lastly, a bit more personal, but I want to create shorts that just have my persona, bouncing and doing cute stuff too. Anyways, I want to do a bunch of OC stuff. That's what I want to do. Animation memes and illustrations. I guess you guys got the gist of it. You guys understood. You guys are smart. And while I do plan on changing stuff a bit drastically, I will still do creative content such as character designs and redesigns, but I don't want to be stuck in this box forever. I want to have more variety and allow myself to enjoy my creative process more often. Well, that's what I had to talk about. I still want to talk about more stuff, but well, let's see. I also want to do story times, but I want to do a lot of things. I guess you guys know that I want to do a lot of things, but let's see if I actually do that. Hopefully I will be able to do them, because I've been drawing a lot lately. Like, I don't post it, but I've been filling my sketchbook like crazy. All of my sketchbook stuff is gonna be posted to my Patreon and for members, so if you're interested in that, wink wink wink, you guys should become members and go to my Patreon. There's that. Cool. Well, if you watched up to this point, thank you. Here's a flower for you. You deserve it. I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.